We were taught when we were younger, even now, you hear people say, just do your best, give it your all. And as we continue this series on the four agreements, the last agreement talks about do your best, give your best. Now, I don't know what else you have. If you are holding back, it is a choice you make on a daily basis. Giving your best helps you to don't blame yourself and judge yourself. When you do your best, there's no blame or judgment there because you know you've given your all. If you don't do your best, you would not suffer from this agreement of guilt and shame. On the other hand, if you try to do more than your best, you'll be worn out. And if you do less than your best, you'll be prone to self-judgment, criticism, guilt, and frustration. Do your best. Give it your all. Do you do things because of external motivators? I'm going to do this thing because the rewards that I'm going to get behind it or get for doing it. Why do you do what you have to do? Whether it's in a job or maybe just a task, why are you doing it? And remember, if it is for some reward, you will not be happy. That would not make you happy. Now, take your salary, your job. If your paycheck is your motivator, you will feel as though this job was imposed on you. You will feel it difficult. You will feel joyless because it's like an obligation. I have to work because I have the bills to pay. I have all these expenses to take care of. So that's what your job has become, right? It's become an obligation instead of a joy. And what happened is on the weekends, you collect your check or your salary. On the weekends, what do you need? You go on drinking, you're partying because there's a need to fill that void. My philosophy on doing your best is do it as if you're doing it for God. Everything that I set out to do, I don't do it because someone told me to do it. I do it because I want to do it. If you put me to sweep the streets, I will sweep it to the best that I can and give it my all. And that's why sometimes my quality and my standard are so high because I believe I report to a higher authority. And when I do it as if I'm doing it for God because I want to give Him my best. I don't want to give Him mediocre. I don't want to do less in anything that I do. So I'm going to give it my all. That's my philosophy. You can take my philosophy or you have yours. But does your philosophy help you to give it your best? So when you give your best and working hard, you're doing it because you love what you do. It makes your work becomes effortless when you love what you're doing. It doesn't feel like a strain or it's so hard that you have to deal with these people, you have to do this, and you don't feel anything. Your day go by and you don't even actually know where it went because you just enjoy what you're doing and it's effortless for you. And when you think of sometimes if you're present right now and you're not enjoying what you're doing, it's like living in the past. You're only half alive. And this leads to self-pity. It leads to suffering. It leads to pain. Be present in what you're doing and do it with all your heart. Give it your best so that there's no regret at the end. What did I do? If you need to do a routine check-in during the day, did I give that my best just now? Am I giving my all right now in what I'm doing during the day? At the end of the day, do a check in again. Did I give it my all today? And then there's no regret because you know you've given it your all. When you don't do your best, you deny yourself of being who you are, who you're made for, what you're made to do. You're denying that because you're not giving your best. I must say, sometimes you will fail. We all fail. We will start out to do something and to want to do it really great, and we're going to give it we all. But some days you're not going to be up to that standard. Some days you might be not well. You might have some illness. Maybe you didn't sleep well, so your energy is not up. You might be having a tiresome day or so. So sometimes your best might not be forthcoming like it usually be, but don't beat yourself up. When you break an agreement or you that you've made that this is who you are, this is what you're gonna do, when you break that agreement, just get up back, get going, jump on that horse and get going. Start over. Start over. Do it and do it and do it until you get it right. Until you do, you know in your heart you've given your best. So don't be discouraged that sometimes you will fall, but just get up back and continue. These four agreements: be impeccable with your words, don't take things personally, don't make assumptions, and just do your best. I guarantee you, if you practice or make these agreements with yourself, you will have an enjoyable life. You will have a total different perspective of life and the way you see things, the way you see people, the way you interact, your relationships, everything about you, your mindset. If you're the one who hindering yourself, it's going to help you to have a more enjoyable life. And I must warn you that to make these agreements will take a very strong will. You have to have a very strong willpower because everywhere you turn, there will be someone who wants to sabotage these agreements that you have made. Wherever you turn, you are going to meet people like that. And therefore, this is where your willpower steps in to continue, to give it your best. Despite you being hurt, despite someone is trying to pull you down, despite whatever is happening, you will get up and continue giving your best because you don't want to sell yourself short. You don't want to give less than what you can do. And you know that in the end, it is you who's going to feel the guilt and the shame. Why didn't I give my best? It's a choice. What choice are you making today about giving your best? That's all you have. If you are not giving your best, that was a choice you made too. Give it your all. No regrets, no, in the end, no guilt, no shame because you have done your best and you can do it. So share this video, like it, share maybe your biggest takeaway that you got out of it or something you're going to do differently now. It might sound very simple as go give it your best, but examine yourself every day and ask, did I give my best here? And in the end, you will be satisfied, you'll enjoy because that's all you had. You did give your all. Take care.